Through the twisting tunnels of the molding maintenance hallways, the crew has found an oasis of safety amidst the chaos of the wizard's games. In front of them, a source of knowledge, the thread to connect the clues they have gathered. Petal's original crew has faced this opponent for too long, and they have dwindled. This episode, we will hear from Pollen on the happenings within the mall and follow the crew as they lay a plan to achieve total victory. I'm Q, and this is Wasteland Pirate Radio, WPR, bringing you the uncut airwaves from the blasted wastelands.
Well, see,
we love Craig, and we will always love Craig.
I love Craig, but I don't.
Craig, remember this. Grace loves Craig, and I want to have you to have mercy upon me if ever the robots do take over.
To the robot overlord. Well done.
Craig, I've always thought you were so handsome and cool.
Hello, everybody, and welcome
to get all
back
those bases covered.
to Dungeons, Drive-Ins, and Dice Arcade Apocalypse. This season, utilizing the Powered by the Apocalypse system to tell the stories of the citizens of Tedville and their quest to return the good wets to its good peoples. I'm M, and this season I am the Master of Ceremonies. That's what they call it, the Mulk. Our question of the day is going to be, if you had like a mundane daily use spell, what would that be for your real life? I feel like I was thrown to a recent anime I watched, Free Rin, that like several of the like pickups they get are mundane spells, like cleaning the pots and the pans, and like my favorite, and that's probably the one I would use 10 of 10, is the removal of stains from clothing. That's it. Mm-hmm. That's all it would do, because then I wouldn't worry so much about like dropping, like if I need to get down on my knees to load the fridge or like do this. Exactly. I'm just gonna wipe hands, napkin whom. Yeah, that would 100%. And then I daily use fucking spell my whole pile of clothing that I used as my pants napkin. I don't think I'd be a total animal, because I still like want to, I don't know, like if I'm out to dinner, I'm not just gonna like wipe it on myself, because that would be fucking wild. It doesn't
hopefully not with that sound effect.
Yeah, no, I mean, it doesn't change the social awareness of what I'm doing. It's mostly for like, I like to wear nice clothing when I do work, like bartend or things like that, and it's like a drop of a fucking espresso or whatever when I'm shaking it up, like it's gonna ruin a lot of shit. You'll find out where I dropped espresso on me at some point in the night, and I'd like to just be able to remove those stains.
Theodore Stringer, playing Dill, Banana Man extraordinaire. Don't know that we have mentioned good wets or peoples in the last few episodes.
I just did.
You know, in during the canon, us the players.
Oh, but yeah, but that is the mission hasn't changed. The quest
I don't
is
know.
What the quest is.
My quest, as soon as we went inside of this bad bubble house, the quest shifted to get out of this bad bubble house.
Well, yeah, I wanna know about my past. I mean,
we've got all sorts of
No, we've
I got no connections.
I'm not saying that no paths have grown, quack indeed. I'm saying that was the initial reason that we left town.
Anyways,
I'll fix it. I'll include all that.
I also, best thought was clean. Obviously, it's clean. There's so much good stuff for clean teeth.
Permanent
tooth
teeth
spell.
A tooth spell would be fire as fuck, dude.
I was actually pretty psyched to be going first in the order of introductions, because then I could have used clean. But our good mock stole it. So other mundane magic. When I think of like mundane magic, I sort of think to like, where would magic develop first? And like around the house is correct, and perhaps like agricultural magic. I travel a lot, and what that means is that I'm not home very often, and what that means is that I fight an endless war here at home with the bugs. I hate them, and I try and get rid of them whenever I see them, and there's always more. So I would love bug repellent magic, pest control magic, something on that order. Would be a good
protection against insects. Don't fuck good and evil.
Pest repellent, man. Like, keep them away from my house, away from my garden. Keep them away. I don't need them.
Wonderful. And my name is Lawrence Jennings, and I play the Deluca's Chophouse answering machine. What he does is in his name, and his game is throwing knives. I work with a lot of different kinds of technology from different ages, and so I sort of thought that the magic technology bent would be kind of fun. So my brain went to the Universal Remote, a very interesting piece of technology that can sometimes be a giant pain in the ass to program. What if my spell was a universal remote for anything that needs a remote? Because then I could just blow people's minds constantly. Like, oh man, I can't get this TV on. I'd be like, boop. I need to resize this screen. I can't get to the menu. I go, boop. And I would just do that constantly. It would save me, I don't know, like 14 minutes a day, maybe. That's pretty good.
Way more. Because like I feel like a light switch is a remote.
Sure. Yeah, why not?
Why not? I mean, I feel like if we boil it down to the
I can leave my cup of coffee in the microwave overnight, and whenever I wake up, I can just point at the microwave.
14 minutes a day actually sounds more accurate. I just like, that's a lot. That's a lot of time when you cut out the like odds and ends of shit. Because like, there's been a couple, I like, now that
I can't find my TV remote.
I like have to stand up to walk downstairs and imagine like and see everything, make sure everything's off. But if I could just be like off, everything off.
I do like a universal on and off. What I'm thinking about now is like the buttons that you have on a television or a DVR or whatever are very different from the buttons that you have on your oven or your dishwasher. Do the buttons change on this universal remote as you like?
I just kind of think that I could just like imagine whatever function I want it to do, and it just kind of does it.
Oh, okay. It doesn't.
An applicable function.
It's
like I can't rewind an oven probably.
Like those movies with Jim Carrey or wherever where he has the remote.
Yeah, no, I think that is
Adam
far
Sandler.
past mundane magic at that point.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
And I can't be trusted with that because I would fuck my whole life up. So I'll just take a universal.
No time-based bullshit. Oh, it's always in the tech anyway. You're fine.
And I am Michael, and I play Spicket, the water bearer. And mine actually has to do with liquid. I am forever with the beverage. And my universal mundane trick would be to tap any container, and it would fill with the beverage of my choice at the temperature of my choice. It's
mundane?
Not like it's not for everyone, and I'm not talking about alcohol, and I'm just talking about day-to-day liquid consumption, because I drink a lot of water-based liquids, and it would be nice to just tap the cup and it would be full and ready to go. Simple,
like world-changing magic.
But it's only
the
for
universal
my
remote
cup.
spell
Okay.
mundane magic. This is not a problem.
Yes,
It's not that I could touch the ocean and turn it into Kool-Aid. It would be my beverage container that I could refill.
Fair enough.
My soul-bound mug.
It's like an empty pool you could just fill with clean drinking water.
Into that.
Soul-bound coffee cup. There's always just nice.
It's got like a whole animation sequence where you summon it.
I don't even know how Craig is going to record those sounds. That's like the funnest part of it, is that I don't know if it's coming from your audio line or what.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Where to find soundboard on Discord, Google. Okay. Hey! You will educate me. I have to find it on my own.
Oh man, I hope that they don't show up in the recording.
That's so.
Couldn't tell
Oh,
you.
man.
I should flag y'all for bullying.
And who are you?
What? Oh, right. Podcast. Sorry. My name is Grace Stringer, and I play Petal. And okay, to be honest, I guess I didn't see the mundane part, because my idea was like Mike's, but I wanted to push the boundaries. I wanted to be able to fill anything, like my gas tank, like if I want to make a pond, which I know isn't mundane. I didn't know the mundane part, but I was like, oh, what if I could, like, if I'm mad at somebody, fill their bladder, make them have to pee really bad.
That actually sounds like a fire-ass JoJo's ability. we ever
Anybody
wanted to
can-
circle
I
back
can fill
to
any container.
Anybody
the
with a
JoJo's
hose can
game.
make a pond. I just want to
I can fill my bank account with all the doubloons I could ever need. I can take somebody else's doubloons out of their bank account and distribute them at my
this
discretion.
treasure chest with treasure.
Exactly. I could
Mhm.
drain. I could drain the lake.
Filling. It's definitely not mundane magic, but it's a fun
No.
idea.
I didn't realize there were limitations.
Yeah,
it's magic.
just like the phrase "filling
It's
as your
just a
superpower" is pretty wild.
mundane. Yeah, that's a good one.
I feel like the gas tank would be really ideal.
I mean, the easy limitation would be that I can fill anything with it.
Fill your bladder is also not
containers
bad.
Like,
Yeah.
like
I know.
required fill or whatever. There's like a thing that goes into each container.
I
I
guess
can
that's
only fill it with
soulbound,
that.
but
Do you have to?
Oh, you're not binding to the container. No. But it's like you can
I
only
actually
put
don't
gas
want to
in
take
gas
the time
tanks.
to like.
You can only
explore
put
this
water
idea.
in water bottles. You know what I mean? Like
You've changed your
coffee
mind.
mugs.
No, yeah, I had like a whole like a sequence of thoughts, and I was like, you know what? This isn't the forum. We're trying to tell.
This is a different podcast. And that story that we are trying to tell now is here and in the apocalypse. We've come to the dome. We've entered the dome and played a few games with the wizard above, some pinball, created some outlets in the arena through the playing of that game, and got into the Mario Kart where you guys did the track and came in first place pretty handily. I actually when I was re-listening, at first I was like, I just went too easy, and it's that like in each time that you did roll badly, any cover up from it was like a good or a great roll, and so you always like got out of the situation pretty quick before it became sour. So in the end,
And I did get hurt a lot.
did you?
Oh yeah, I was 2 away from dead there for a minute.
Wow. From what? I wonder. I'll have to go back. Oh, you might have. Oh, yeah, you might have gotten the oil spilt on you. You spent all that time like getting the oil together and heated up, and I think there was a spin out in which you got oiled or something. But afterwards, as the arena started to fade out and bring you back to the pinball, you caught sight of a curious figure that pointed you out and around, and Petal just immediately followed suit, sort of recognizing them, and through some underground tunnels, some maintenance hallways that are very maze-like and confusing, we found ourselves in a dark mall, very dark, and just sort of, there's a word, I don't know, it's like it's unnatural as much as a mall can be natural, in that the halls are going off in all which directions. The sort of art stairs and escalators that go up and end up like taking you down a floor, you know what I'm talking about? Like we were looking at who did those paintings? Fucking,
MC
like,
Escher.
Yes, like an MC Escher painting in a building, right? There's always different and weird directions to go in, but following Pollen, you have made it to the food court, which has been hollowed out with light, these big bright like stadium stand lights pointing in on the space, creating a room that they have made a home in. Pollen and Twiggy, Branch left behind back in the throng of folks chasing after you, and Pollen had dropped several like in between the line hints as if Petal knew what was going on, and since have crowded around like folks around a campfire to hear the story. So I guess I'll need a vision roll from Petal to begin us, which is a roll
Gotta grab my little
plus sharp, I
dude.
believe.
Come here, dude.
Cool.
Thank you. Roll plus cool.
Plus cool is 9.
9. On a 7 and 9, MC holds 2. The last line that we left off on was tell me what you remember, and you don't remember anything that you woke up in the car, and even if you can explain about your journey on the way here, but having caught her up, there isn't, right, like you don't remember much of what happened. And I'm gonna make your vision quick. It's just like flashes of a vision in between, like you telling your story about the things you do remember, which is, again, none of this, but that you woke up in the desert, you went to Tedville, you helped out the water bearer, Water Bear got kicked out. Now we're on this mission, and you've been slowly remembering over time, and it's been drawing you back to the same place, right? The Water Bear mission has led you to the things that your visions have been showing you already. And in between that and then her beginning to speak, you're having these flashes of being around a campfire with 3 other people, Branch, Pollen, and Twiggy, now that you know their names, and you, Petal. Is there a name I can give to your gang? Or if any?
We're the 4.
Big toes.
Don't like that.
Toes.
Well, it's the only thing
Don't like
on
that.
the table now, so
Wait,
now
that's
you
a-
kind of have to come up with something.
Insert flag. Don't like that. Don't like that.
Planters, comma, peanuts.
Raise the bar.
Raise the bar,
The bar
otherwise
is
it's
low.
big toes.
The forest folk.
The screaming trees.
I like that.
Forest
I like
what?
that.
What is
Forest
the
folk
forest doing?
on Apocalypse World is good.
We all have woodland names, which is weird for a desert people.
What if it's more
You're
like
not wrong,
garden
okay.
or like what if we think like urban greenery, greenhouse?
Greenhouse gang.
Green
The
up.
blunt bud. We're the blunt buds.
The roots.
Blunt buds.
You don't like the-
No, I do.
I like blunt
just,
buds.
It doesn't. Hold on, Branch. Yeah, I mean Pollen
Yep, Branch,
and
Snap, Petal.
because Twiggy, people are like often complaining about the stems.
This was my
Connection is
day.
tangential.
We're in the apocalypse. We take what we can get.
I will say I do like a greenhouse gang, but I also now really enjoy blunt buds.
It's a good subversion, honestly.
You've all got it
We
tattooed
could
on you.
also be blunt brothers if we want to, but that's not really, kind of.
Blunt brotherhood.
Yeah, but I like blunt buds.
2 of you have blunt buds, and 1 of you has blunt brotherhood.
Oh, no.
Which
Got it
one
wrong,
Which one
but it's
accidentally
close
got
enough.
blunt
Branch
brotherhood?
for sure,
100%
dude.
branch. 100%
For
branch. That Schwarzenegger looking fucker, 100%.
Oh, just a couple of cross-smoking blunts. I guess you're the blunt brothers.
We're the blunt buds.
Blunt buds, blunt brothers, blunt bros, blunt brotherhood, whatever it is.
Me and Pollen like to make fun of the fact that Branch is not one of the blunt buds, technically. Because his thing
How does
says
it
blunt
feel to
brotherhood.
be the only blunt brother?
Oh, well then I guess we don't have
Twiggy- I
anything
bet
to worry
Twiggy-
about with Branch.
Well, I
being
bet
lost.
Twiggy's gonna try and get blunt brotherhood to make him feel better. But Twiggy's too young to have a tattoo,
Oh, that's
even in
interesting.
Apocalypse World.
I think that's what you're.
In my mind, Twiggy is like 6 or like 7. That's way too young to.
No,
that
I
would be way too young
definitely-
to tattoo a kid.
I definitely
like, ow.
put my
Okay.
brain
This
at
is-
like.
that is
we
too young.
do whatever we want.
I mean, I definitely
I
put
can
my
tattoo
brain
you
at
as a
like
baby.
9
do
to
your
I
Okay,
think it's up to the kid. You can have a little one, and if you still want it, okay.
Yeah, he has like a little bee.
Babies can
you
have a
start it
little
slowly
tattoo.
over time. Each birthday you give them one
Yeah.
more letter.
Yep.
Here's the,
Yep,
here's
he's
the
gotta earn 'em.
period. Here's the period for bros. And if you can come back to us when you want the rest.
I think that is your image. Your like vision is flashing back and forth between this dark, harshly lit scene and an open air night in a abandoned industrial kind of building or complex. Above you can see the steel beams and the stars, right? And you're around a fire enjoying a bite or a drink with these 3 people, the blunt buds and one blunt brother, and in between you're seeing the flashes of these people, Branch, who is not here, but you have several new allies that you have made along the way, and Twiggy flashing back and forth between this I think kids grow so fucking fast in between any year a child grows so much. And I think
He said he was hip height, right? Hip height?
Who's
A little
hip?
bit higher. To mine,
That's a
because he
big
hugged
difference
me.
from Hill's.
he did.
Hill's
He
hip
hugged
to
you.
your hip.
Yeah, I mean,
He hugged me at hip height.
Yeah.
that
That's why I thought he was like not 8 or.
that does make sense. I think a kid growing up in the apocalypse probably comes out a bit smaller
Scrawny.
anyway, right? A bit more scrawny, but he has to be at least old enough.
He struts into the center of the
For it to
circle.
make
He's like,
sense that
I'll
he's
have
gotten-
you know
I'll have
that
you
I
know."
am 12.
Yeah. And he has to be old enough for it to like be okay that he has a little bit more of the tattoo since you've been gone, right? The memory is flashing back and forth between that. He's gone through some harrowing phases between these light days in which, you know, we can imagine you guys around the campfire putting just the first period there because he was begging for it. He didn't come back for years after that to like get the S or the R or whatever. But apparently in the time that you have been gone, or that all of this has been going on and that we're filling in your memories, more of the tattoo has gotten filled out, though it is not complete, as his young age would indicate. Pollen launches into her story. The mall was ours. We took it about a year and a half ago, and just with our small group, we're able to hold it rather easily. A small group able to move in and out of the hallways and the 3 levels of the mall without much, you know, noise or notice. Anytime a group decided to come in, we knew our territory, we knew our boundaries like no other, and we're able to run them out. We held this for such a long time, and it was such a good time. The 4 of us, we were living happily, going through the stores and building our little home out here. Several groups came and several groups left, and we thought that we had built a fort we could easily protect. And then they showed up. They showed up in waves and in droves, and way more than the 4 of us could take on. The pinheads, all of them in their shiny, chrome-lined jackets and bikes and running up in full squads, breaking down walls and destroying what mostly remained of the parking complex, making their way in. We got overwhelmed, and in the scuffle, they took root. We fought them as best we could, but they got their hands on her and they held her captive. We did the best we could. She wipes a few tears during all this, but he promised us that if we worked for him, if we joined up and did what he said, he would at least let Twiggy go. Let Twiggy join us in working for him. We thought we could find a way out, and we knew we could, but we had to get Root out. So over the course of the next few months, we did just that. With scarce signs that Root was okay, we worked as best we could, refortifying the mall as almost a near fort, impenetrable as it were. But he wanted more. The wizard, I don't even know his name. They all call him that. He wanted to be in his own little space that he could play his own little games, and they were all very into it, I guess. This sixth sense of competition, this brutal arena nature that they continuously set up. At first, it was just simple, like, bear pit fights, right? They closed us in a room. 2 may enter, 1 may leave, and we left enough rooms that got boring, and so did many of their people. Anyone they capture, they make work for them, and it's always just a rotating lot. People constantly dying, people constantly being brought in from their raids and their jaunts out into the desert. You, though, he seemed to like. You worked your way up. You were good at the driving. You didn't get hit, she motions to your eye, too much by what he threw at you. And with you working your way up, he brought you in on his, I guess, last scheme, the dome. They had someone who is able to connect to the psychic maelstrom, the weird space around us, the people that can do like the weird magic-y things or heal their bodies or whatnot, someone that can connect to that space. And in order to amplify it, they built this machine, this thing, and you had been a part of it because he trusted you. We all worked together in that time to create a little back door for us to jump out of, to leave the games. But in doing so, we were trapped in this, in between the mall that is here and the weird psychic imagery he's creating and crafting up. It's all very real. The pain is all very felt, but they can twist and push things back into place to make you keep playing the game in there. And he just gets off on it. The game, you put in a back door, and you notice on there, they have these like, probably pretty thin, just like flat metal bracelets on that have all these little like micro chips with the tethers connecting them to the bracelet in various points. She says these keep them from finding us down here, but we have yet to be able to locate Root. That's why we hadn't left. You broke out on one of the last raids when we had gotten, and she like nods to Spicket, when the group had kidnapped the last water bearer. Apparently he was transporting enough of a power source to get this machine finally like up and operational. You didn't really want him being brought into all this mess, and so in your final little jaunt to break into the House of Pain or whatever, and she motions out to the mall to find Root, you instead found the water bearer, and we couldn't really backtrack on all of the plans and operations we had put into place, but you wanted to save him, so we ran the route down. We know that Root's still in there somewhere, so after you escaped, we have just been trying to back in and find her. We think she might be held somewhere else, but in the end, the only way to get into that final chamber where at least the machine itself that's fucking with all of this is, we need those 3 keys, and we have not been capable of taking the things down. He doesn't have his eye on us so much because we're not seen, but we have yet to be able to bring in any of those keys. And then I guess she motions to Deham, who has the key who has the trophy in his chassis, which has a key on the bottom of it.
Probably got his eye on us now, though.
Yeah, I think to mark that, there's a little shake. It's like a rumble and a shake, and some like detritus falls from the ceiling.
Hello, you've reached Deluca's Chophouse answering machine. Press 4 to call back.
She looks at you, Petal. She says, what is he saying?
I don't know. Spigot, you probably know what's going on more than any of us. I don't really know that robot.
Press 3 and I'll do a flip.
Twiggy presses 3.
I fall down. Flip
Oh,
sequence
God. And he
damaged.
Tries to help you back up.
Is he
Flip sequence
damaged.
damaged.
is he dying?
Open up his chassis while he's down like a turtle.
I didn't say backflip. I'm on my stomach.
Oh, well.
You can open up the back of his chassis.
Oh God.
2 doors, one in the back.
I know.
That's
I mean, I
okay.
can open
Not
it
like
once.
that,
See my
though.
ass.
Not like that. Just a back door. This is your flip
The
sequence.
wizard-
Don't like that.
Your flip sequence.
The
Damn.
wizard
like
will
that.
be upset. The wizard is upset. Press 3 to defeat the wizard.
3. He keeps
Fairly sure we
pressing.
can't press any of the buttons.
Defeat the wizard. Sequence damaged.
You're sitting on your buttons.
I might be able to help with the flip sequence or whatever if you let me look at your legs.
That's okay. I have a question. Is there any approach that we can take that will be at all stealthy at this point? We have revealed the back door. We have revealed Petal.
Oh, if they can.
I have revealed my bottom.
These halls are they're not normal down here. They're very linear. You go down one, you could go straight for miles and miles, and you're still gonna be where we are. Lefts and rights might take you to darker corridors or back into the maintenance hallways, but the more lost you get, the less likely you are to find your way back to anything that's gonna resemble society again. It's very broken down here. Some hallways, you get that feeling. You just get a sense of loneliness, of anxiety. You don't want to be down here for too long.
I don't know what any of those things are.
He's just talking about
Okay.
being lost.
I understand lost.
Yeah, lost.
I have lost my purpose.
Unless they find themselves their way here, we should be generally safe. Many of them don't like coming out of their little pocket of a game out there. So, who's to say? We know our way down here, but haven't been able to take on the games. We can lead you, backdoor you in, like we had the back door into the racetracks. We we've found ways into the other spaces. They're just a bit too much to take on with. They were just for the three of us at the time.
I understand. And D-Ham stands up and he says, "We've received your reservation for 1 wizard and 1 water supply power supply. Press 6 to confirm your reservation."
I don't really care about all that. We just want Root back.
Spicket presses 6.
What wizard?
We've accepted your reservation. We will be endeavoring
Petal.
to seat you as close as possible to the wizard's machine.
What wizard?
Thank you for contacting Deluca's Chophouse.
What if we hit him in the head?
The robot or the wizard?
I don't know who the wizard is, but it could restart the robot.
Is the wizard not the man who is in control of this?
No,
That's
he
the
is.
Is that what we've been
Yes,
calling
okay,
him?
yeah.
Okay, good.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Everyone's
Oh,
trying
I
saying,
didn't-
who is the wizard? And I'm like, oh no, have I imagined the wizard?
I had
Is
no
that a
idea we were
fucking
calling
dream
him
I
the
had?
wizard.
You have to tell me now if that's a dream I had.
That's why we're like, is he broken? Who the
No,
fuck
no,
is the
no.
wizard?
He's the just the general he that she keeps referring to. The leader.
I
of
refer
the
to him as the
pinheads
wizard.
or whatever. The dude that painted the sky above you in the pinball court and kind of ran the game.
Okay.
But they don't know where Root is. Do they know where the engine room is or the control room?
They know where
the
it
wizard.
is, but they don't have a back door into it.
Oh, that's right. That's the keys.
Need
Yeah.
the keys. That doesn't mean there
Okay.
isn't one. They just don't
So-
have that.
Yep.
Need the keys, and they believe that Root is in the House of Pain. You have the House of Pain and the
Oh, yeah.
crypt to go. Anyway, that there's keys in there, and then the engine that leads to like the final play space or whatever, which has the engine in it.
So does this really mean that we have to go get back into the games and then get out of the games after we have the 3rd key?
I see a couple ways at this. We could straight down the line play his games and win his prizes, and when we get all 3 prizes, somehow we get them to the people and he doesn't see us do that.
I will say
and
that
they-
the 3
can get in?
prizes are like a pinball game. When you there's so many things you can do on a pinball board. You can get points in this area, you can get points in this area, you can get points in this area, and when you trigger enough things on different sides of the map enough times, you make all the lights light up. A different board sometimes will open up on certain pinball maps. The gate will just move out of the way, and you get little flippers too on this upper board. And that's the kind of the concept I'm trying to tie together here. Is it's not so much that he's not even going to notice, it's that is what opens that door, those 3 keys. So you get them, you get free, you get access.
The door to the engine is on the pinball table. It's the locked house.
It isn't the locked house, and you haven't seen it on the pinball table. That is what she's telling
It's somewhere
you.
somewhere in the space.
Yeah.
Okay, so we can play his games and win his prizes. It sounds like they're saying that we could do some sort of a heist situation because they've got their back doors, and we could sneak our way into. We don't know what the prizes look like. We'd need to know that, but we could sneak into maybe these games through a back hallway and steal. We love to steal.
Just mug the next group that wins the challenge.
It's also possible. Love that. The other thing
Wait
that
for
I was thinking of
Wait.
when I was listening to the backstory was just how much this guy likes to watch people get creamed.
Not
And
like
so
that,
and
Lawrence.
so I was thinking about ways to divert his attention. If we need a diversion, I can take a lot of punishment. So if I can just go out, I can play his games and make bad choices, very entertaining bad choices, while everybody else is heisting. And the thing that I was thinking about is that, like, if he likes this so much and he controls this weird
doesn't he
space,
marry
this
it?
yeah, exactly. Perhaps while his attention is zeroed in on something he really likes, his control over the space lapses, and it is maybe easier to navigate. Perhaps it is easier to find the door that these things unlock when he is focused elsewhere. These are the thoughts.
I mean, that's not a bad idea. The question is, how do we reassemble the Avengers once we've done what we need to? How do we get you, Dill, out of harm's way at the end of our sneakiness.
What do we also? Isn't he gonna notice that there were more of us and now there's only one?
We
Just have to be 4
need
times as distracting.
we need the power source. When the power source is gone, the dome will go to sleep, and when the dome is asleep, the Dill can ride
Wild
in the Dilgo.
thing. The
We will
Dill
pick him
can
up in the
ride.
Dilgo. Press
I
5
mean-
to pick Dill up in the Dilgo in about 1 to 5 days.
I mean, on that note though, Grace, like if Dill shows up and is like, "Well, I'm still in your fucking game, right? Like I'm here, come get the info from me." Like they still have to then capture Dill and put him down enough to like interrogate him, right? And I think that that's what Gabe's pitch is.
You
right?
just try and load me up.
I'm
with
gonna be the
toxins.
slippery wet man until my group like is done behind the scenes.
Or I can just like, oh no, trip and fall and get smushed flat by the ball.
Put on a
And,
show
like,
for him.
Look at all my busted bones. I'm not going to be functional as a character next session, probably. But out in a blaze of glory, go do it. Let's heist.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
The cutbacks do sound pretty funny, where we cut away from the heist to go see what Dill's up to.
What are the NPCs' thoughts on this? What are their thoughts on, like, the space changing? How close, like, is there a way for Dill from inside the game if they open a door? If we heist at the right moment, is there a way for them to open a door and Dill to slip out somewhere?
She says, let's see. That's a weird. This is a good idea. But well, it's just if you can take a beating. If you're out there alone, they're gonna find a way to surround you, right? Like there's possibility of a beating if you're alone. But if we slip in through the back doors now, what we're dealing with is, either me and Root join you in the games or we stay behind. If we stay behind, you guys got to get in and out quick. These back doors we found are pretty deep into this mauling complex. We know our way about, but we need to be back in this light. We can't just be out in the darkness for so long. It starts to play tricks on you. It starts to seed into your mind. So you've got to be quick if we're with you, or we can come with you, but or I can come with you. We'll probably leave Root behind, or Twiggy. We'll leave Twiggy behind. Root is who we're trying to save, and I know this because I've been living this life for a long time, she says. But you distracting him, us in the games, if he can't find us, he's gonna be flipping and turning things upside down. Things might get a little chaotic, but if you're distracting him and if you're putting on a good enough show, he might not be looking. He's able to control this space like the back of his mind. As much as he can root around in his own mind, he can find these spaces. But if you can keep him focused, then maybe we can get in and out. We'll still probably need to be quick because we cannot be back in those halls too long. But if he's not applying pressure while you're in his little games and he doesn't know you're there, then it might be quite a bit easier for you to complete them, is what they say.
So we need Dill to be larger than life in his showmanship, and then the rest of us have to be fast and efficient as we're working behind the scenes, is what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
Fast and efficient, our specialty as a party.
Yeah.
As long as his focus is not on you in the behind the scenes, things should be a bit easier for you.
As I don't have a better plan, and the end goal is for Spicket, it's to get the power source and save Root if we can. But Spicket's
Thank you.
primary goal is that power source. If we can do the saving of Root as a second item, he's all for it.
So,
But he's not willing to
say in front of
sacrifice
us.
the parts.
Are we
for
are we having this discussion? Are you just saying
No,
this
no.
to the circle? Are we
That's why I was for sure responding just in
Spicket
case.
does not blurt that out to
You
the
can't
other
say that
people.
now. You've already.
Huddle.
No, I'm just kidding. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we'll be
Damn.
over here.
Yeah. So that's his primary concern. That's what he's been tasked with. So that's his single
Are they
highest priority.
storing? We don't know where Root is.
No.
We just are hoping that he's nearby where the engine is at, or that he'll be much easier to find once we disconnect the engine.
They didn't find Root where they thought they were going to inside of the House of Pain, but they still think he's in there.
But I think if we
Okay.
disconnect that power source, it disconnects the amplification of the effect, and maybe that gives us a better chance.
Yes, the power source completely is going to turn off this dome. You got to get to the power source, turn off the dome. Root is believed to be in the House of Pain still, which you do have to go to get a key.
I don't want to
Okay.
go in there, man. I'm not
Well,
saying that out loud. Sorry.
I know, yeah, I know.
Yeah, we're gonna have to go in the House of Pain without being seen, while Dill is in front of the House of Pain, making a scene of himself. Yeah.
Eham
Okay.
turns to the group and says, "How would you like your meal to be served? Press 1 for sneaky Santa Claus mode. Press 2 for maneuver number 3.
Ooh.
Is that
I'm
wait?
tempted
Is that
to
a
see
shot? Is that like
Sneaky
a
Santa Claus?
Ocean's
but
11 shot call?
There's only
Yeah.
2 options.
Press 9 for lemon pfeiffer."
Oh,
Man, the first 2
When you
options are
say
really
that,
good.
You see a little flyer flickering on the wall, off in the dim light. Like you say that, and you're looking past your allies.
Yeah, and I
your
turn my
friends.
flashlight eyes on.
You turn your flashlight eyes on. You swear to God, you see a shape peek like cut behind the column when you do that, but it's just like a shadow. And they're like, don't worry about that. Literally all the time down here. A little flyer flickering in the fake wind that doesn't exist down here. It's just like flickering, and then it stops. It comes to a rest, and it's the flyer that we've seen the whole time, but Dham has never actually laid eyes on, I think. And it's the like, come to the Greenbrook Mall, and there's like kids skating out. I think I used like Goro teens skating off the thing. I think I used that for Gray's vision at some point. But at the bottom of that flyer, you see like plain as day, like, come to the food court for our lemon Pfeiffer shakes.
DM stops what he's doing. Anybody who gets near him to press a button, he dodges out of the way, and he starts looking around fervently all around the food court, which is where we are. We're in the food court.
We are in the food court.
Yeah. Nothing else matters anymore.
Yeah. Give me there's a roll for this.
For
Nope.
lemon Pfeiffer.
Don't forget those
It's
2
like
options, though.
searching
Sneaky
a
Santa Claus
Roll for
mode
Lemon
and
Pfeiffer.
maneuver number 3, because someone will have to press that at some point.
Yeah, I chose to press 9, but he chose maneuver number 3 and the other 2.
What am I rolling for again?
Oh, I think it's
Wait, we never did history things.
history's at the end of a session for like what we did during this time.
Oh. I
I'll say
thought we had
that
to recheck
everyone
stuff.
for sure knows more about you, Petal, after this session for 100%, because they just heard your whole story. And I will say also, before I tell you or before we like complete this roll, that Petal, as we're going through that, you are like, it's setting in that your time with these people. Like at this point, it doesn't need to be like, I think that like the story she has told is of your time at the Greenbrook Mall. But now it's like you feel free to be like, well, of course, before the Greenbrook Mall, we did this, or this is where we met Pollen, and this is where we met Branch, and we picked up Branch, but we lost this friend along the way. Like that's all your free story now. Whenever you want it, your flashbacks and your stuff are geared towards this. This is the part that's still like kind of foggy for you. Your time here, they'll probably be directed more towards like helpful things you can focus on for the missions. Just so you know, feel free to remember who Petal is on your own sort of timeline.
Sounds Gucci.
The move that we're talking about, Lawrence, is probably examine closely or read a sitch. Is there anything in read a sitch? No. Examine closely. The one we made up. Roll plus sharp.
Okay, so either way, it's 0. That's gonna be an 8.
An 8 on a 7 to 9.
An
Choose
8 on my
one. The
lemon Pfeiffer
GM
roll.
will choose one from the list below. So list above is you notice something hidden. You understand exactly what's here. You complete the scan in a snap.
I understand exactly what's here.
You understand exactly
It's
what's
either
here.
yes or no.
And mine is going to be you break something in your examination. You scan around the space quickly. That at the bottom of that flyer, I think I said there was probably an Orange Julius here somewhere. It's the Orange Julius signature. It's of course a mass-produced lemon Pfeiffer business, but you rush over to their stand and you find nothing, and you're like really digging around their stand, and in doing so, I think you kick over one of their big stand lights. Like as you're through the like you lifted up the little sheet door, it like rattled up and into its wheel, and you're like kicking your legs out behind like a child, like digging through this because you're irrationally looking for this Lemon Pfeiffer thing. Feel free to correct me if I'm wrong, but that's your vibe for Lemon Pfeiffer. You've been looking for it this time, and I don't
know what it is, but I know it's important and I need it.
There's no ingredients here. You find some notice of like how to make it, but it's all like add the Lemon Pfeiffer topping, add the Lemon Pfeiffer cream, add the Lemon Pfeiffer sauce, and then mix, right? Like it's not a ingredient list, it's like a B tier ingredient list, right? You have all the ingredients and this is what you do with them kind of situation. So but you need them.
I am gonna take these recipes and I am going to take them and I'm gonna take them out back to the group, and everyone can see after this fiasco, D-Ham, he looks downtrodden. He's leaning forward a little bit. He's just very slowly folding these recipe pieces of paper, and then he very gingerly tucks them in his chest cavity. He returns to the group and he says, "How would you like your meal delivered? Press 1 for sneaky Santa Claus mode. Press 3 for maneuver number 3. You can press 2 for maneuver number 2 also, I don't care." Well, I think this is something you would realize. Well, I guess I'll make her say it to you since this is where you've gone. She says, "Were you looking for something in there?" Lemon Pfeiffer.
The shake thing they have on the flyers and stuff?
I don't know.
Well, I'd imagine that the cart was, or like the little stall was cleaned out, years before we got here, but there's like a back storage room that all the food places kept their like storage in. I could show you over there if you need to check in for something specific if you didn't find it in the stall.
Maybe later. My heart can only be broken once a day.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. She gives you a pat on the shoulder. She's like, back to the plan. Yeah, so distraction and back doors?
I think so. I think that sounds like the way we need to go.
Okay.
I think
Let's do it.
As far as a back door out of the pinball court itself, there's a few, but they're like deeply up and into the stands. Think like your stadium seating. There's gonna be some food stalls on the outsides of those like long staircases up. If you can find the food stalls, the bathrooms in between the food stalls might be able to get you back to the back. Otherwise, you'll have to disappear into one of the 3 spaces, and then we can tell you exactly where the outings are. The pinball space is as sort of ethereal and ever-changing as the mechanics room. It's hard to find our way in. It's his main focus space. It's where most of that energy is driven to. But if you can get into any one of the side areas, the one under the stands in the carts, and we can tell you where the ones are in the House of Pain and the crypts itself, so you can get in and out there.
Do we want Dill to come out of the one by the stands lower down by the carts first to start to draw attention before we try and pop out somewhere else to get to the House of Pain? What do you think, Dill?
that makes sense. I think the way to be the most distracting and the least liable is not the word I'm looking for, but it's what I'm gonna go with, is a disguise. And so what Dill's been up to while we've been having this sort of Lemon Pfeiffer situation is he's sort of been rummaging in the stuff. I'm imagining he can find like a curtain, some fabric or whatever. And so he's fashioned himself a very bad cape and a mask, and he has sort of stretched his head into like a top hat shape with the cauliflower brim now. And he's looking for something to paint himself a new color. I don't know what we've got on hand, but he's hoping that with this disguise and not being yellow, he can be a new contestant. So that it's not like we're doing a plan. It's like, ooh, here's this shiny bauble. Honestly, glitter would work too.
Can I use one barter to have like a gallon jug of like paprika in my pouch?
Sure.
Great. I throw
you know what?
paprika
I couldn't say no to that.
I just cover him. He's covered.
Oh
in
man,
paprika.
yeah, no, I'm just rolling in it.
And he opens up his pores just big enough to accept the paprika in each of them as you dust him. Yeah,
bright
that
red.
one.
Wait, here we go. Don't like that.
Don't like that. Nice. Thank you, Mike, for having that on the soundboard.
Please select a response.
Don't like that.
Thank you for your paprika.
Would you like to hear your options? Press 1 for sneaky Santa Claus mode. Press 2 for
I already
maneuver
pressed
number
this
3.
button. We already pressed this button. We're doing maneuver number 3.
Oh, then D-Ham jumps on top of you.
Oh.
That was maneuver number
yeah.
3. So
oh.
I'm gonna sort of like take some of the curtain and I'm just gonna bring it up above, like maybe up to my forehead.
Okay, now we have to somehow disguise you.
So if DM's going with you, we need the key.
D-Ham opens his chest. It's just like it's nothing anymore. I just drop it on the floor.
Oh god.
Just I turn to D-Ham though, and I'm like, just so you remember, the goal of this mission is to get hurt a lot.
That is one way to be distracting. The other way is to win. And with you
Okay.
by my side, Red
Good point.
Man,
It's a good point.
we will
Man.
win.
I am Red Man.
We are the carpet.
I will find
brothers.
a new.
The curtain boys. Dim
Paprika in the
curtain.
pores.
I rip a little piece of my shirt into like a little strip, and I tie it around Dill's like
Just a fat fucking
waistband
blunt.
of his.
Sorry.
No, it's a strip of clothes. I'm tying it to like a little bow on like his like. Are you still wearing suspenders? Are you wearing like? In my mind, you've been wearing waders this whole time, like fishing waders.
Those are nice and flexible pants.
I do like that.
It's like
But
a
I
old
realized I
spacesuit
don't-
torn into fishing waders.
Oh, you're wearing a space
Yeah, I
suit.
mean, I don't think I. Oh wait, yeah, spacesuit, right?
Yeah, a spacesuit torn into like overalls or fish, like some sort of like
Suspenders
ripped
is what
up
I
in
kind
some
of-
way.
Yeah, like overall.
Yeah, overalls. Yeah.
Okay, well, I tie it to like the strap of the overalls, and I say, "Now you be careful out there, banana or pepper."
Red.
I guess.
Red banana.
I'm a tomato
Chili.
now.
All right, you be
Um,
careful, tomato. And I give him a little pat on the chest, like, thank you, you're being so brave.
And I am an eggplant. We are the Garden Brothers.
You just want to be the blunt buddies, but you can't.
This is my club that you are not a part of.
Colin, me
This
and
is my
Colin, like,
special
piss
club.
off.
We are the greenhouse gang now.
We are
Go be
we
a
are
water
the other
bearer,
two
blunt
brothers.
We're just gonna come back, and everyone else is gonna have blunt brothers tattooed.
I forgot.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Brian.
take the scrap of cloth that you've tied here, and I'm gonna untie it and cut holes out of it and tie it around D-Ham's head like a mask, so we both have masks.
Okay, so that is an interesting wrinkle because now D-Ham cannot see because his eyeballs. Yeah, his eyeballs and nose are. His nose is the vision, so that's even
Oh.
better.
He,
D-Ham
like,
says,
walks
I am
around in the
prepared for this
background,
mission.
clattering into shit. Breaks another light.
I've armed the knife throwers in both arms, and I'm holding in a U shape, and I'm ready for combat.
Dang.
All right, sounds like we're ready to go. So point
Pointing at
us
them.
in the direction of, I guess, the pop out point closest to the entrance, so we can like come back through and be chased by the pinball again.
For sure.
And then I guess they'll go the other way, with
Yeah.
or without NPCs, to heist.
Yeah, I think the plan is, like you've just said, just to put it in my own brain, that they're gonna put you near the entrance still. I guess that they say they have a there's probably an exit like in that pinball hole.
Perfect.
They can put you
yeah,
into the
we'll just
pinball
pop out
hole.
ahead of it.
And you'll be like a new entrant. And then they're gonna leave Twiggy here because Twiggy's a young child and they don't want to get lost in the space. And Pollen is gonna lead you guys through to the back door entrances. Though you will need to be a little quick because Pollen can't be in the darkness of these like twisty tunnels for too long before it starts setting in, she says. As to exactly what that has meant, we're not 100% sure, but it's dangerous to be alone in the dark for a while in this small area. But it'll be easier for you guys because his focus will be on the board. Okay, we've got a plan,
And it's a good one.
and it's a great one. We get all geared up, and
We already are.
yeah, I think with their storage, everyone can get a piece of gear. Let's talk about one piece of gear you're able to pull out from their storage. A utility gear, a gun, a healing syringe, a fucking like grappling like hook. Everyone can get a piece of gear from their shit to be a gear thing. Because why wouldn't we outfit ourselves with stuff, right? I think Pollen's gonna outfit herself with like a battery-powered lantern to have some light down there for a bit.
Can I have just off the top of my head, can I get a lemon Pfeiffer from here?
Oh no, not from here because you looked already, and it's
Okay.
as far as we're aware, it could be back in the storage.
That's right.
Yeah.
That
That one we're aware is not here.
Could someone else grab the lemon Pfeiffer from the storage for me? Okay, thanks.
No.
I'll just take the grappling hook. Grappling hook sounds like a great option.
Yeah, a single shot, little like powered.
Just the hook. You don't get any rope attached to it. Sorry, you chose bad.
Just the grappling hook, not a gun. Yeah, no, just a crude bent metal and 30-foot rope thing. It's probably
Perfect.
attached to like a single shot like tube of nitrous. So you get that shot, it's definitely gonna propel it, but it's not gonna be a multi-shot thing.
T-shirt cannon is excellent.
Modified with a hook and rope.
I think I'm gonna grab a healing syringe because I'm a meaty human person, and I think having that would be important.
Yeah, get someone healed up on the spot. Important.
Went to the Greenbrook Mall and all I got was this T-shirt cannon.
It's a pretty cool thing to walk away from the mall with, though.
T-shirt cannon grappling hook. It does sound
I'm
cooler
gonna
the
grab
more I
a
describe it.
gun.
Yeah.
What is Dill gonna do with a gun that he couldn't do more
Shit.
damage with his hands?
You gonna eat?
Nah, I'm not gonna
Shoot
grab a gun.
someone.
I'm actually my thing, I don't want any gear. What I want to do is, while everyone else is getting their gear, I want to sit down with Pollen and get like the inside scoop on the pinball field and like how it works and what's going on with it, so that I can ask you questions while we're in the scene.
Yeah, you sit down with Pollen, and from the top of your head, you hear DM go, "Ooh, a grappling hook," and reach down and grab it.
Out of Pollen's bag.
She doesn't notice.
She's just being polite.
Is that chill?
I mean,
because we're gonna be trying to make a cool scene happen. So like any tips and tricks for the
Where's the
pinball
trick
field
shot?
that we can get from the
Are there any bounces?
yeah. If there's a hidden button, is there anything to can I lure people over here for a special thing that happens when we're all over here or whatever?
Okay. That's a good one. See, she lets you know that getting it caught in the bumpers, the triple bumpers, is going to change it's going to become fortified with an element of some kind, either like dripping with some acid, electrified with some electricity, which is what you need to open up one of those doors as far as you pretending to play the game, right? Getting it to the electric phase, though it's a random occurrence at which one it lands on. So if it doesn't land on the right one, you'll need to get it caught amongst those triple bumpers again. However, they're just after playing a game. So if you're getting overwhelmed, hiding in those bumpers and getting out of there before the ball gets there is a great place to trap them, because they'll often just be chasing you. So if you can get them trapped up in there, they'll get brutalized by the ball. She has seen in her games. He really likes it when it's like on fire. It like gets the show going for everyone there, though that isn't the element you need for the door. So it's hard to,
Well,
you're
that's good.
distracting, right? But he loves it
two
when it's
good
on
options
fire.
out of the element wheel.
Yeah, right. I mean, they're all good for the show. His favorite is fire, and then electric is what you need.
Okay.
And, yeah.
That's plenty to start with. I'm sure I'll have basic questions once we get out on the field, but
Yeah, I think she gives
Oh,
you a good enough rundown that when you're asking questions about the field, if I need you to roll for it, I'll give you a +1
perfectly
for
fine.
what she's told you.
Absolutely. Oh yeah.
And if I don't, you'll remember that she told you X or Y.
Yeah.
Spigot, is there anything?
DM was listening.
Yeah, Spicket would either like a shotgun or a rifle, if they have anything like that.
Would you prefer long range or short range? I think for either of those things, they have like
Pick it with a shotgun is a choice.
it's a fixed up, modded out, situation.
Yeah,
I think
say
that
I think
each
the,
one
I
probably
think the
has a
shotgun
couple shots,
is
but close
yeah,
or far. Yeah.
Yeah, I think more of that blast shot would be what he'd be looking for.
Mhm.
And do they
Oh,
happen
and
to
a
have,
belt and a belt with the bullets.
Yeah, and do
So
they
it's
have any
cool.
extra ammo for his pistol?
Bandolier.
They give you enough ammo to like fill up your magazine and your pistol again from whatever you've shot. And then I think it's another modded t-shirt cannon that is like overclocked to fire just a chunk. Instead of a t-shirt, you put in this like bundle of
nails.
brackets and screws and nails and bolts and shit, so that when
Does
it
the
fires,
t-shirt cannon survive this shot?
Huh?
Is this just a one use?
I'm gonna
Maybe
say
a
on
one
each
and
of
done.
these, actually,
mortar?
after describing it, it's a one, like it's either he has a shotgun version and you have a grappling hook version. And either way, it's powerful enough to destroy the cannon, but do the thing you
This
need it
one's-
to do.
It's not PVC, it's a lead pipe.
Yeah, right.
So
It's a
whatever you
lead pipe
shoot-
shotgun.
Whenever you shoot the grappling hook cannon, it's going to disintegrate.
one?
So you shoot it and then grab the rope before it flies
Yeah.
away.
A one-use long-range weapon does not sound very helpful.
The long range weapon might have been
Yeah.
different. I'm not sure, but
Yeah, no,
a
this
shotgun?
is perfect. This is perfect.
It can scatter shot bolts in front of you. If you
Yeah.
make another bundle and get another tube for it, I think the mechanism could work too.
I think a long range apocalypse crossbow would be kind of neat. There's some way to imagine that into existence.
No, it's just a
Not the
t-shirt
avenue we went,
cannon
just
that
No,
we
I
have
mean-
the narrow. It's just a really narrow opening for the t-shirt cannon. You put a bolt in it.
Conceptually, though, like even if that's not the route we're going down.
How
at this
many
exact-
t-shirt cannons are left in the apocalypse?
Oh, they have a box of them. This is from an event that the mall
I've
was
never
putting
even
on.
seen. I've never even. Besides sports games, I've never seen them anywhere else.
This mall was
At a conference
really
that I had
cool.
in my ballroom.
You've never been in
our
the back
chandelier almost was
storage
broken
rooms
by
of
a
the Greenbrook
t-shirt
Mall.
cannon.
So.
Oh, Mike has a great point.
Fair.
They did some
Yeah,
events.
no, the Greenbrook Mall does also include the Greenbrook Stadium, but the mall was here
Yeah.
first.
Mhm. We have actually neglected the full stadium on the outside of the bubble.
Yeah, they
on the
actually
other
they
side.
first it was really weird. They built it originally with this huge courtyard in the middle of it, just an empty space. Years later, they were like, "Why don't we fill that with a stadium?"
In the middle, it's a small, almost baseball stadium, but there's netting and shit. We all got geared up. She gears up with her lantern. She says, "Twiggy, can you get the table ready? If anyone comes back needing it, I will give them a map." And Twiggy nods and goes.
Did she say anything about finding Branch or like seeing Branch?
I did forget Branch.
Because
thank
I know
you.
she talked about Rote, but
No. That's. A
are we
good
just
point.
like
I did
giving
forget
up on
about
Branch?
that.
Like
No,
he's just dead?
in order to not fully go back in all that, I think that she did tell you probably about Branch during that. She does not have high hopes for Branch at the moment because he, like, I think last episode she may have said that if he kept a low profile, like he probably could have, like that was the point of the mask. But then I was re-listening and he had to draw attention to himself in order to get your attention. So he was like waving in that crowd and pointing and like getting the attention started. So she doesn't have high hopes that he is kept that low profile after that moment. If he was able to get in the crowd, he might be in the crowd. But if captured, which, they're all under the sort of not the guise, but the like opinion of like when it's for the mission, like if we get captured, we'll get each other out. Like we always have each other's backs, right? Like that's the goal. That's the idea. So if captured, he's probably in the House of Pain as well. But he's not going to give us up because why would he? This is the gang. Root never gave us
I mean,
up.
you can say that, but maybe
I mean,
Branch
sure.
is weak.
Maybe, but he hasn't been yet. We've always been together, she said at that time. But he could be in
Fair
the
enough.
House
Okay,
of Pain
good.
too, I think, after that conversation.
I just didn't know if I just wanted to check in on his existence.
Yeah, probably imprisoned is the most
Dang.
likely, which is not good.
She says that. Dang.
Dang, yeah, not good. So where do you guys want to start? We have the crypt and the House of Pain. 2 NPCs possibly hold up there, a key, then the crypt that has a key.
I think we got to start with the House of Pain.
Counterpoint. Which one of them is easiest to get into from pinball side?
That's a
Do we
great
know that?
question.
'Cause I'm
Yeah,
also
let's be
thinking-
strategic about this.
If there are NPCs to be rescued, that is the mission that we need all hands on deck in, and also the mission that we need to book it after. We can't be
True.
going and doing another rescue mission with people that we just rescued.
You've been recruited.
Sorry about all the whatever's been happening in here, but we do need you to get up and run now.
Mission's on.
To help us with these puzzles.
We need your help.
Yeah,
You're
fair
our
point.
son now.
That's a fair point.
So what does the map say?
I think with our knowledge of the map, so the two paths that you have to do to take to open these doors. One is getting a ball into the triple bumpers and getting the element to electric and getting it to hit the door. That opens the door to the House of Pain. Or
Okay.
there's the getting it to go up and around the ramp 3 times in order to make the ball small enough. It's going to get faster each time, which is going to hurt more when you get hit by it. Since we're not dealing with like higher dice rolls, it's, you know, it'll hurt more to get hit by a faster moving smaller ball. But that's what you need in order to open the crypt. I think Pollen is under the opinion that the crypt is harder to open.
I share that opinion. I think this is a great plan then. We'll do our thing to electrocute the ball to open the House of Pain while they're
So we can jump
back-ending
around.
the crypt, and then we'll meet them in there in the House of Pain. Or even if we know the button to get into the back hallways from in the House of Pain, we can get in there ahead of them.
Mm-hmm.
What does the button look like? This call will be recorded for quality and training purposes.
She gives you...
Please state your answer after the tone.
She draws a map, but it's a map that requires very much verbal confirmation. Like it's because she cannot draw the like ever extending back pathways of this mall and of the mechanical corridors you guys found yourself in, right? So she like it's an impossible map to draw. She can give you a like move past 2 doors, turn left, move past 3 doors, turn around in a circle, and then go in the right door.
I think that's
right?
recorded.
Yeah, and I'll remember it.
Right.
Yeah, we got that.
But she can do that. I think that'll be some rolls to follow when you need to, and she lets you know where in the House of Pain there's like in one of the cell blocks, in one of the cells underneath bed 1B. You'll have to it's an unused wing or whatever, right? You got to get in there, you got to break into 1B and lift the mattress, and there's a hatch into the mechanical halls.
Okay.
And then gives you a pathing to go, both 2 pathings, one to get to the crypt and one to get to the safety bubble area, right? For if we need to get back to safety from there. Also probably gives you one in the crypt behind. The crypt is a lot harder, she says, because it is a maze actively, and getting to a specific part of the maze is going to be even harder with the specters roaming the maze. But does tell you, like, behind this set of bricks, if you can pull them out of the wall, you'll find a little back portico with another maintenance hatch to go down in the maintenance hallways. Everything is connected by the maintenance hallways. This is how you get to the mall when you're in the mall. This is how you get to the food court. All important and all very specific to remember, because everything is a ever-extending maze. One wrong turn means one bad wrong turn. Yes.
The length of this voicemail has extended past our capabilities to record. Please try again another time.
100%. She does agree with the fact that if you break someone out of the House of Pain, he's going to be aware of what is going on. So plan accordingly. You take care of the key in the crypt, maybe it's a little less focus versus taking people, unfortunately, going through a rough time in the House of Pain out a little early.
Not the house.
So we could go through the crypt, which is harder, but we could be more stealthy and get the key. Or go to the House of Pain, hopefully save some blunt buds, but then immediately risk being exposed with the blunt buds, and also still needing to get the other key.
The crypt is only harder for Theodore to get into, or for Dill to get into, because he has to come in the front way, right? You guys have an equal way in the back doors, no matter what.
You guys sneak into the crypt while Ham and I are song and dancing outside. We get into the House of Pain and start working on getting the key. You guys break in and have a peek about for these prisoners. We all meet in the middle and get this engine, hopefully with the prisoners, but also maybe not with the prisoners.
Depends on who's in the House of Pain.
Got it.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see. We'll see who's in there. Maybe it's someone from someone else's backstory.
Wouldn't that be?
What if it's someone from Tedville? What if it's Ted?
Ted
Rescue
himself.
Ted.
Another NPC I did play 4 years ago. It can't be him. He's dead. He's so dead. Time
It's the
passes
oldest
much
man in
faster
jail.
here. Yeah, time passes much faster here.
You know, a 34-year-old baby was born today.
Seems like a plan.
I love it.
All right, let's do this.
And we did it great. We win, guys.
Ocean's
Woohoo!
11 style. We just talked it backwards. You guys are in the machine room. Let's go. No, I'm just kidding. We that would be a fun request though. Let's do some rolls to make it Ocean's 11. Yeah, so all bagged up and ready to go. You guys jaunt off down and back into the mall complex. She's taking lefts and rights. She goes down an escalator and curves back around and up through some shopping areas before going into a shop and into their back room and back into their access to the maintenance halls. And now you guys are back in here and through very similar systems to the way we've talked about. It's all very disorienting for about half of DCAM's message and for everyone else, because even though you have the directions, you need them. You absolutely need them. A simple like line map would not get you there. And you're all
Yeah,
following
and I can't help
suit.
because I'm blindfolded.
Yeah, he's still blindfolded. Every now and then he bumps into a wall and you're like, no,
I'm just
this way.
repeating the message over and over and over.
And then that runs
Full
out.
length,
So
the
stupid.
entire conversation.
You guys get to a nondescript ladder up to a maintenance hatch, and she says, "Dill, that's the entrance. I would wait." She looks at a watch, I guess, and clicks, and she says, "I'd wait about 20 minutes before you start things, so we can be in place. Don't want attention
All
drawn too
right.
soon." And she jaunts off. Says, "Come on, this way." Actually, she peeks her head around. She says, "Make it 10. The dark down here is not to be trifled with." And then disappears again. She's like, "Come on, guys." You guys hear her. Like, as she disappears, the "come on, guys" sounds like down 4 hallways and around some corners. Like, so far away instantly.
As soon as she's gone, I'm gonna peek the manhole cover.
I'm on top of you, so.
Oh, yeah. So I wanted
Oh.
to,
You
I
poke-
wanted
I
to
guess-
quickly...
You poke
Yes,
me up,
you're-
and I'm blindfolded.
I don't see anything.
I'm a dumber over here.
What do you see?
It looks dark, Dill. It looks dark.
To confirm, the 2 of you are going into distraction mode? Is that true?
Yeah, we're in maneuver.
Yeah, we are the
3.
distraction.
Maneuver
Yeah.
3.
We are
Okay.
operating as a single unit with 2 minds, 2 hearts, and 2 souls. Except for
2
the
eyes.
souls.
2 hearts,
3 souls.
3 minds, 3 souls.
Can't
2
lose.
eyes.
Can't lose, baby. Oh, that's so good.
Infinite knives.
Infinite knives. 4
That's a
eyes.
Friday Night
Okay,
Lights
I guess
reference for our listeners.
Okay. Can I stretch my eyes up to peek up?
Like periscopes.
Eye stalks. Eye stalks.
He stretches. Hold on. I got it. He stretches his eyes. His eyes go up. His eyes go through the blindfold from the bottom and pop out from the top.
So funny.
Oh my
No, they
God.
catch it and they
Uh-huh.
unblindfold you, and now he's blindfolded up there.
I like it better if we're stuck like this now.
A bunch of fucking Three Stooges goes on as Petal and Spicket round the corner following.
Really
I
is
think
Three
we're very
Stooges.
distracting.
Yeah, you will be for sure. You hear her say, "Come on, guys," from further away now down the halls as you guys are watching.
Were you guys just
this.
like standing at the bottom,
had to.
Slack John?
We were watching your eyeballs stretch, and we were like, "Oh crap!"
We're slowly
supposed to
becoming.
go.
This is our slow motion Transformers sequence as we meld into a single.
Animorphs,
God.
but it's all Dill. Dill all the way down.
The Exo Dill.
Just Dill surrounding me like I'm his bones.
You peer
Oh,
your
be my
eyes
skeleton.
up and into a dark space, and then you use one eye to take the blindfold off of the other eye, and you're still in a dark space, which is good. This is what you want. This is the tunnel. You feel like it's either in the blank dark space or in the tunnel you came in, which was a long dark tunnel that was just pitch black,
Yeah.
right? But
Okay.
there's no difference in the feeling between them. Your vision gets a little fuzzy up in there. You know that, like, up in there, Dill and the other one have this weird loose connection that's fading in and out as you're in that space. But you can see you're in the darkness. You know, up the tunnel is the tunnel.
Okay, well, we've still got,
Yeah.
9 minutes and 30 seconds to wait.
Yeah. The other two follow closely behind Pollen in and around many corners, up hallways, up a ladder, up a staircase, and back down the same staircase before turning around and down another hallway. But eventually, walls become a bit more stone in nature rather than like poured concrete slab walls. It is more natural stone hewn in something keeping you underground, but it's this like carved stone rather than concrete. It's just transformed at some point. You might even stop and look at the moment in which the wall is like overtaking itself. It's all one wall, but shifting and into more a tunnel-like structure. There's constant splits in the path. There's directions in which she wants to go, but there's webs and strange things in the webs poking through that she's like, no, not that way. We're gonna have to cut up and around. And she's constantly thinking and on her toes and in a dead motion towards where she's going. Let's see. I will make her make a roll. It's very rare that I'm going to make a roll in this game, but I feel like she gave him a time limit and she only knows so much. She rolled very well, though. She got a, well, moderate. She got a 9. Takes longer than you would wish. You would want trying to track that 20 minutes, right? She's like even checking the watch near the end of it. You get the beep and she's like, no, just up ahead.
Especially since it was 10 minutes.
10 minutes, right.
Yeah.
Does the beep and she's like, oh, fuck, I thought I said 20, right, 10. Okay, this way. And then she pulls out a knife with that and slices through some of the webbing. She's like, it is down this hallway. We just can't keep going around. Some of the like web just pulls in on itself and opens up a tunnel, and she makes her way down. She finds a web-covered ladder that leads up to the same maintenance hatch. Looks like the same as all the rest of them. And she checks the watch and she says, you guys got to be quick in there. I can't be down here for long. Fuck, I might just come with you. She like starts climbing the ladder and pushes the maintenance hatch. She'll be an NPC behind you, but doesn't want to be down there alone with the way that turned out, and pushes the maintenance hatch, and you guys end up in a very, very tiny, tight portico that she like pops some bricks out of one of the walls and into a exceedingly dimly lit maze. Like it's old hand laid brick just stretching down in any direction into a dim fog that you can't see any further down. Her lantern only gives so much of a dome of light cascading off these walls before the just mist of this dungeon overtakes it, and you guys find yourselves in a maze, or in a long hallway. She has told you it's a maze. 10-minute timer. Dill and D-Ham. It's really easy with D-Ham on the back with a clock. So it goes off same time, and
Your table is ready.
Dinner is served. Out we go. You know,
out we go.
We're trying to main character it, so you know, maybe I've even got little small flappy bits coming off my back to make my cape flutter behind me as I confidently stride out of this tunnel.
Can I spend one of my barter for like 15 sprinklers that I've got in my hands?
Save those till we have to avoid being on
you
fire.
can definitely spend one of your barter to have a sprinkler and a little bit left in the tank to do a show with.
No, sorry, I meant
15
sparklers.
Sparklers?
No.
A pack of sparklers? You can spend your barter for a package of sparklers
yeah.
for sure, bro.
Don't do that.
It's too late.
I'm very flammable.
I don't do that, but it is a very good image.
Don't do that. He's like
Briefly.
panicking beneath you. Stop.
You hear me get
rippling
the
in
lighter
fear.
out.
It'd be very distracting as you guys caught a flame and then slowly burned
And
alive.
died right there in the yeah, that would be distracting.
Not a terrible image of the confident stride down the hallway, all of a sudden just shudder in fear, cower
Of its
and
own
then,
light.
you know, freeze and try and go back to walking.
The two of you climb the ladder and into the dark space, and it's silent in here. You know how the tunnel goes. It's just walk down the tunnel. You don't have any kind of reference for which direction that's from.
I'm sure we'll hear it. I suppose the thing to do is just to book it and make it out onto the board. I considered if there was any way to like become a cushion to cushion the impact and ride the ball out onto the field, but
Yeah, let's ride the ball when it's at its fastest.
Yeah, no, as you say it, it sounds like a bad idea.
Yeah, Dill
So
books
yeah,
it.
no, let's Dill books it.
Dill books it down the hall. There is no sound of the ball behind you. And I think that
Thank
she
goodness.
probably would have told you, right? They're not ready for this. They're probably not going to launch it until distraction begins. You have a little bit more time to set up, like out on the field. So you book it. You book it
Okay.
just in a direction, straight up as you come out, because there's no real which way to go. It's just pure darkness. After a little bit, you get that little inkling that's like, did I go the fucking wrong way? Where you start having to weigh like time versus energy spent on task doing before you finally see that like pinprick of light ahead that says, if I keep my sprint going, right? At this point, you know you'd be running from the ball. So you wouldn't be thinking about this. You'd just be running from the ball. And you run towards the pinprick of light to
I
exit.
even be suspecting whether the floor is a treadmill.
The light approaches. Down in the crypts, the three of you are in a tunnel.
Yeah, we need to move quickly down the tunnel. So, Petal, does this feel familiar, or do you want me to go first?
Can I roll for
Yeah.
familiarity?
You can. Give me a open your brain roll to see if this is something you recognize, like how you recognize this place. You played his games for a long time. You know it's possible.
Is there some
Oh.
sort of advantage now that you've remembered all of your remembrances?
Thank goodness for +2. That is an 8.
An impression. Pollen is right. This is a maze. You know that. Usually you come into this game in one of a few different locations, but not starting like in that main space. It's hard to say what part of the maze that you're in. I think with an 8, you would recognize some of this maze. You just have to begin getting your layout, like which part we're in, right? Where do curves go? Where are we at? What is our first main point? You know there's not going to be a lot of them down there, but when you can find a point to go off of, you feel pretty sure that you would know which direction. But right now, you're just in two sort of... You have a path in front of you or a path like to the right. You're at like a corner of a hallway. It's just off into the mist. While Petal is trying to get that together, why don't Spigot, you give me a read a sitch roll.
Well, Spigot, I would know, but only if we were in a different part of the tunnel. So no.
You need more frame of reference.
Yes.
All right, read a stitch is sharp +1, and that is a 10 +1. That's an 11.
Ask 3 questions, and I called for this, but all of them will give you good info, and I will loop in one of them as the thing I called for this for.
Okay. So my first one would be, what's my best way in? What's my position?
What's my best way in? Escape route, way past is just to move. Your best way is to find a landmark that Petal can base something off of. You have, unfortunately, 2 undescript ways, so your best way is just to pick one and run, you know what I mean? Until you get something.
Okay.
Because it is just random right now.
Then my second question would be, where is my enemy from here?
We have
Can I
biggest
get any
threat,
read?
enemy's true position.
Yeah, sorry, enemy's true position, yes.
Yeah. You have, let's say, one hallway that just cuts forever off in one direction, and one hallway that cuts like 30 feet off, and you think that there's a turn up there, so it like could curve up and around.
Right.
Down the hallway that kind of cuts off forever, you guys are in this super dim blue. So dim that in the darkness you can just vaguely make out each other. An ambient kind of low light, right? You see the flicker of like a red lantern, like neon pink kind of red, right? Flicker just kind of cross the hallway very deep down, often into the mist. And Pollen grabs your shoulder and puts a finger up to her lips and shakes her head no, and then points off towards the small path.
Okay. Then
That's your enemy's true position.
I mean, I kind of know who's in control here because we're still at the mercy of the man running the place. But in this hallway with Petal and Pollen and me, who is in control here? Do we have any sense of order, or are we just feeling complete chaos? So who is in control here?
Putting all the info together, I think you know that currently no one is really in control
Yeah.
here. And that's not I do like the humor behind that. He is not watching over, so he's not going to be doing anything.
Yeah.
And I think we'll say that with that question that Pollen probably told you that the specters down here, that's gonna be one of them based on what she told you. They're the light sources. They're gonna be like lures. Don't trust them. Run from them. In fact, they're
Like anglerfish.
yeah, kind of like anglerfish,
Yeah.
right? They're just running through the motions of this. They're like on a loop or whatever, not exactly on a path, but they're just doing their path. They're just doing their like security loops, right? So if we don't cross them, we don't let them know we're here. The game hasn't been triggered, so there's not more input into them,
Okay.
which I think
So
is a benefit, right? We just got to
Yeah.
move through this pathing.
Yeah. So we're gonna follow Pollen's direction, and we're gonna book it that way.
You guys cut off and around with the spot of a pink light off in the distance and down into some tunnels, and I mean, immediately get the idea, right? All of these halls look the same every which direction. You are just straight up running, but you're moving the light cut off from the right and to the left. You're moving like anytime we can move right, we're moving right to avoid go in the opposite direction of the light. I think on you guys, the camera like pulls up over this big misty like long ass maze off into the distance as you're cutting off and around hallways. Pollen turns down her lantern to just enough for you guys to like see in the space you're moving and not to run into walls. You two, standing on top of one another for the second time, run out and onto the field. This light, as you hit it, it's this blinding white light, and then as your vision starts to focus in through the light, you are jarred by a little bit of this almost technical difficulty, a little bit of glitching in and out. You first see this like decrepit courtyard stadium that the mall has and had at some point, but little like shards of the pinball stadium flicker in and flicker out and then begin to bleed out and into the space, and the crowd roar kind of comes up over that, and you hear I guess we have some guests. You look familiar. You look familiar. He points, I guess,
No, we don't.
Now up at, well, D-Ham does. You don't.
I don't know. I've got a curtain pulled all the way up to my neck. I've got a blindfold on.
I guess you do. I think I'd
Do we
like
do- Do we do a full Jake suit?
Oh, like Adventure Time?
I start to sink into you.
It's in his mouth, though. You have to stretch around his whole mouth, which means that you just be tasting D-Ham the whole time.
It doesn't taste.
I don't have to do it exactly the way that they do it in.
I was going to, the lead up to that was I was going to ask for your reputation roll, since we said yes last time, but didn't end up getting to it.
Well, we said that meeting him via the screens didn't count as meeting him.
I think I started there and then I said yes. There's no reason for me to say no. We can roll it. But as I'm reading through this, on no matter what, they've heard of you. But I think that can be for your disguise. Like if he's just wrong and has heard of this crazy dude running around, you know what I mean? That to me is a cool use.
It's two bodies, one
too.
bone. I've heard of this guy.
But I don't know, like, if there's anything there for you in that
Phantom's
John Weirdbody.
Dillham? John Weirdbody.
I've heard of John Weirdbody. How'd you make your way here?
With my weird body.
Reputation is
cool. Yeah. On a hit, they've heard of you. You say what they've heard.
John Weirdbody.
Yeah, but like we gotta do better than that. Who is John Weirdbody?
And a hit is just 7 to 9.
As for dealing with them on a miss, they've heard of you, but the MC decides what they've heard. Okay.
Yeah, that's the bridge. Like on a miss, he might just recognize you. On a other hit, though, maybe
How cool
thinks
are you,
you're John
DM?
Weirdbody.
How cool am I? How
think that's
cool
fair.
am I? I'm like one bat worth of cool.
Yeah. Okay. We're equally cool.
You could do a help. I think you're already exposing yourself to danger by being a part of this. So just to add to his role,
like literally, you could
probably.
probably help me on everything.
I'm happy to help.
Okay, first D-Ham roll plus history
You got it.
with Dill.
Oh, baby. Oh, baby. That's a 13.
Oh, dang.
They take a +1 or a -2, up to you. So I think +1.
Yes, please.
Okay, +2. 6.
6 with
6
the
total.
+2.
6 total.
Says, no, I definitely recognize the two of you.
I throw a knife at him.
Who's John? It goes up and then keeps going up. Who's John Weird? He doesn't even stop to talk about that this time. It hits the ground. Who's John Weirdbody? That's what. Where's your friends? Where's
John
Petal?
Weirdbody.
Where's Spicket? Where's Pollen? And the
don't know who
sky
any of
gets
these
from
people
like
are.
green to like red and kind of stormy. And he says,
That distraction lasted so long, gang.
"Oh, I'll find out where they are." Quack, stop. I'll find
Quack.
out where they are. We'll get that info out of you. And you hear the loud clank and clack from the tunnel behind you. You run out, I imagine, onto the field to get out from where the ball will come out, just to give yourself some distance.
Yeah, where the ball is at its fastest. Yep.
And he says, and we'll find it out through some force. And you feel a rumble in the stadium, a shifting on the side, a whole riser splits in half, and a few of the people cheering on it actually fall into the gap that's there, and another tube the size of the pinball comes out further up the court. And as the first pinball leaves behind the tunnel that you guys are in, a second one shoots out of that, and they start
multi-ball.
circling the court on either side, heading down towards the bumpers at the same rate. And that is where we'll leave episode for now.
That means we've got 2 chances for the lightning ball.
More to keep up with for one
chances to
being, I
die.
guess. Okay, let's talk
Can't
about.
believe he didn't buy John Weirdbody.
Seemed like the perfect disguise.
It seemed like the perfect disguise. How could he not have fallen for that? No, he was so close. Like a 7 is all we needed for him to fall for that. Glory be. I think it's still good. I think what we're granted in the distraction is now he's focused on getting the info from you, right? Rather than looking them out. So no matter what, he's focused on you and not seemingly at this point. But let's get into history. So Theodore, you take us off. Who has the highest? Who knows you better than they did before, or if no one?
Trying to think who would be the most surprised by Dill kind of putting it all together during the planning stage.
By the other one, like coming in on that? Yeah, that's interesting. I don't know that anyone's seen the other one execute, except Spigot's probably seen that in the past, right? In that time you guys spent together.
Let's go with D-Ham.
That's smart. Hype that history for a help stat.
What is +4?
+4
That
means that you
dang.
reset.
We reset.
You reset to +1, but you get an experience D-Ham.
Yay.
And then you get to pick who knows you better. Or doesn't.
I'm gonna say Petal, because Petal was sort of having their moment of like, oh wow, okay, so this is my place, these are my people, blah blah blah. And then I jumped into stall and broke a light and just was rabid about that. I almost said Julius Caesar, which is not even close.
No, they had a Julius Caesar shake item still around, actually.
But it wasn't even close to what I was looking for.
The Ides of March.
Only
Orange
available
Julius.
April.
So Julius Caesar was kind of close.
Because Julius shakes.
Julius shakes.
Who's Julius, baby? Anyway.
Et tu, Brute.
Et tu, Brute.
Caesar shakes.
Et tu, Brute shake.
Okay, so Petal, you get a +1 to your
Excellent.
history with D-Ham, because you now know you know he's interested in Lemon Pfeiffer rabidly.
It's true.
Spigot, who knows you better?
I would think that the aside that Spicket had with everybody, where he said the priority for me is the machine and rescuing other people is secondary, probably didn't surprise Petal, because she's worked with me and she kind of knows Spicket's focus is on getting Tedville's water back up.
Mm-hmm.
So
That means I'm leveling up again.
Wow.
Because we're at +4.
Well, if we're at +4, you roll and you take experience.
Yeah, you take it down to +1, and you gain an experience. That's enough experience to level up again?
Sure is.
Damn.
I haven't been writing down what number levels I'm at. I probably should have been doing that.
I think that you're 5th level now.
Holy shit.
The number of
Is it
check
5
marks
or
you
4?
have +1.
Yep, 5 then.
Holy
Number of
fuck.
checks marks plus
Where do
one.
I write that?
Yeah, I think I'm about to hit 4th level here.
my
Yes,
God.
then it makes sense that she's at 5th because I think that is the pace. She was mashed with you for a bit. I think we talked about
Level
recently.
1.
Lapped
Level.
me.
I'm level 2.
Yeah, I did know
That's
that.
because I get a point. I get a experience point every time I have a vision.
2, right?
Must be
Because you're
nice.
rolling plus cool, right?
Yeah.
Don't you have it set up? You get 2 experience at the start of every
Oh my
session.
God.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's true. Oh, so then I have an extra left over then. Okay, then
Is cool a marked stat for you?
not this time.
Okay, then not. so
But I
then-
did get an extra point during the session for my open the brain,
Yes,
which
yeah,
was
yeah.
my weird, which
Okay.
was checked.
Cool. Yeah, then some level stuff.
I gotta pick my improvement. How many times can I get a +1? I can
mean,
pick
I
another
think-
move from my playbook.
Yeah, if at 5 is that
Always fun.
the level in which
I think that you said it was 6th level.
6 and above? I
So
feel.
close.
I'm gonna look that up now, just so I can text the group. It's either at 5 or at 6, but since you're at the level, I'll get the direct number. You might
Wait a
be able to
second,
pick from
character to
advanced
play is
moves.
Buckwild.
Petal.
I know, right?
I'm just gonna retire. I'm just gonna walk away. I'm done.
I do
No,
also
it's a
like.
second.
This would be a
It's a
funny.
second player. You play 2 at the same time.
But there's also
I
retire.
do
your
also like
character to
retire your
safety.
character to safety.
That would be
as
so
just like an
fucking
immediate
funny.
escape rope.
You're like,
Yeah.
no,
But
I
oh,
have
but
it.
oh.
Leveled up.
You can play
Little
2.
just,
You can
She
play
gets
2 and you
raptured
play
out.
0.
Rapture just clean out. I won.
good luck, guys. Bye.
You guys are running
I'll
through the
tell you
maze
what.
and Petal's just fucking gone behind
If-
you.
If I find the
was the
lemon
only
viper
pure
recipe
one.
on a level up, that's it. I'm done. That's it. I'm
Retire,
out.
baby. He just shuts
Good luck
down.
without the main character.
Yeah. Petal, who knows you better?
I feel like everybody heard all my
Mhm.
private history.
Yeah, let's
but-
all get +1s.
No, just one Petal.
Okay. Let's say Dill.
Dill. +1 to
Oh,
Petal.
wait, never mind. It just
Love
takes
it.
me back to 0.
But now it's 0. It's not a minus anymore. That's good. For rolls
It's a
with
flat roll.
history with Petal when it comes up.
History with Petal. It's a tough thing to get past.
When you guys need to help each other
You're
out.
hard to help.
You're hard to help.
Damn.
What a slam.
Wow.
And that's what we'll end it on, everyone.
Yeah.
Thanks, big
The
brother.
perfect line.
One group draws attention while the other attempts to collect the necessary materials under the radar. Elsewhere, the final chug of a machine sounds as its engine sputters and completely quits on its operator, leaving the water bearer's facility in silence and the community of Tedville to only rely on the remaining water the substitute has. The situation in Tedville grows more dire by the hour. This episode was produced and GM'd by M. Williams, featuring Theodore Stringer as Dill, Lawrence Jennings as Deluca's Chophouse answering machine, Mike Harrison as Spicket, and Grace Stringer as Petal. Music composed for this season by Chris Rogich. Additional voiceovers by McKenna Lynch. The rest of the credits are in the episode description. That's all for this edition of WPR. I'm Q. See you next time.
I mean, tattoos do hurt.
Sure.
For those
As his
listeners out there
tattoo
that
would
don't have
indicate.
one.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess that's a good thing. Like, yeah, sometimes. Some of them sometimes hurt. Not all of mine have hurt.
All the time hurt.
Not all of mine have hurt too much. Like on my
Too
outer
much.
forearm, fucking almost nothing. An easy like pinching motion for a good portion of it. On my calf, like a razor blade for about an hour and a half. Uncomfortable.
My first tattoo was my ankle bone. I don't know what I was
Oh.
thinking.
Yeah, the bone work
That's
never
not a
does
good
well.
place
The
to
things that
start.
are like really close to bones.
I have my
That'd be a cool tattoo.
I have my ankle, ribs, and sternum done.
You picked
all
all
the
the best.
All the owie.
The
All the
easiest
owies.
parts.
And my hip bones. That one. That hurt so bad. Oh, the hip.
There's nothing in between there but nerves.
Yep, man, my bone. I felt rattling my bones.